He'd watch me sleep and claw at the glass. Just him there, just watching. After 4 times, I told my parents. It didn't really help. Dad could tell I was still afraid. About a year later, everything was exactly the same, and I couldn't move. Minutes were the scariest thing I've ever experienced. When I finally got control of myself, I forced myself over to the window, confirmed it was locked. But I couldn't fall back asleep that night. I was too scared. The next morning, another couple of months passed, but I wasn't going to be fooled again. Every night before bed, I'd think about the dream, try to brace myself for when it came again, and surprisingly, it worked. Next time, I wasn't even half as scared. I didn't bother checking the window after waking up. By the 3rd time, barely scared at all. But something lingered, not scary, just enough to make me want to bring it up to my parents again. Maybe because I was older now, maybe because I explained it better this time. As I described him, the cut on his forehead, they shifted. Dad looked over at Mom, like there was some detail he didn't know about. I asked what was going on. They assured me everything was fine. Not wanting to upset them, I didn't press further, but from then on, I started wondering if there was more to it. A few days later, they sat me down and came clean. It wasn't dramatic, just a quiet conversation. There was a man named Brian who used to watch over me when I was really little. They called him Uncle Brian. Not family, he was just a close friend of Dad's from college. He'd been around often when both my parents were working full-time, but something happened, bad enough that they cut all ties. Dad forbade Brian from ever coming near our house again. Specifically me. I asked what caused the fallout. They wouldn't tell me. They just said it had nothing to do with me. Then came the worst part. Brian had a noticeable scar on his forehead from a car accident years before I was born. They didn't say it out loud, but they didn't have to. I figured it out myself. Later that night, after Mom went to bed, Dad lingered in the living room with me longer than usual. He told me his theory. He said my dreams were my brain's way of processing something buried deep. Something from when I was little, before I could even speak full sentences. He mentioned how close I'd been to Brian, how I cried when he left, how I always